Hello, how is everybody today? I want to talk about Skylanders 5. I did a little video with Steve Smith. Go check it out. It was about 5 to 10 minutes. Put me on the spot. He texted me, said, let's do a video. I'll tape it. I said, okay. So we talked a little bit about Skylanders 5. I want to expand on it. A little bit. I have notes. Thought about this for a good 20 to 30 minutes, but these are thoughts I've always had. Proof of my notes. So, before we get into things that I want to do and things that I don't want them to do or continue, let's go back and take a look. Let's take a lick. We're going to lick every one of these figures. You first. Take a look back at the history of Spyro's adventure, Skylanders. This is where it all started with this guy. See his eyeballs? The kids played with him a ton. He was the favorite. Still one of the best figures in all of Skylanders. That's what we got. That was the first game. It was simple. We had core characters. That's all we had. Nothing else. It was the simple thing where you put this toy into the game and it comes to life. Remember the simple days? I'll get back to that in a second. Then they said, let's make somebody different than just regular core characters as we know them now, and we got giants. T-Rex, of course. And not only that, let's do light core figures. Let's make them light up. Make his eyes light up and his ray gun, or whatever you want to call it, light up. Every giant, as you know, lit up, which was very cool. Not only that, they said, let's put banged against the wall. Even though this is Swap Force, let's put light core figures. Let's make some core characters light core figures. So they did that also in Giants. So that was Giants. We got two kind of new things. And Swap Force. Where's my representative for Swap Force? Then Vicarious Vision said, let's take Skylanders apart. Let's mix and match Skylanders. I didn't get another one. So that was Swap Force. One thing. I can't think of anything else they did Swap Force. Just one new thing. And that will talk about that in a second too. Then, Trap Team. We're going to hit you with a ton of stuff. We're going to give you 3-4 new things. Right? We'll give you these characters that have Traptanium weapons. Basically giants with clear weapons. But let's also give you villains. You guys want to play as villains? We're going to give you traps. So you can trap villains. But we're not only going to do that. That's not all we're going to do. Whoop. We're going to give you two new elements, light and dark, which I believe is the best thing about Trap Team is we got two new elements. Better than the Traptanium weapons, better than the traps themselves. This is the coolest thing about Trap Team, in my opinion. You might have a different opinion, that is fine. So that is the history. But not only that, they said, remember those sidekicks you used to play? That just followed you around as you went? We're going to make them playable in-game. So what is that? Are we up to number 4? Are we up to 4 things they did? We're up to 4 things. Different, unique things they wanted to do for Trap Team. Then they said, okay, they're not done spending money yet. They're going to spend even more money. So we're going to make these ultra special Eon's Elite figures. And they gave us these, which I have Stealth Elf and Spyro. That's all I have so far. And just for your information, I think GameStop has these for now $20. They've already reduced the price $5 because nobody's buying them for $25. The GameStops I go to have a good 30 of a variety of characters. So that's what they gave us for Trap Team. Too much in my opinion. So Skylanders 5. Here we are, waiting for an announcement. Bored to death. There's not many characters to play with left. There's 3 or 4. Played the game. Can't play the game again, really. There's not much replay value. Played Chaos Doom Challenge simply to level up my characters. I don't play the story much anymore. There's not much to do. It's pretty much that simple. So, what I don't want to see. Things they shouldn't do. Please, for goodness sake. Keep the traps. Let us play with the traps. The villains. I'm getting my trap tray. See? Keep the portal like it is. If you're going to add something else, add it. But keep the speaker. Keep the trap slot, which is over there. Don't lose that. But don't make more traps. I don't even know how many slots are in here. $49, $50, $51, $50. About 55 slots. Guess how many villains I play? I play Taekwon Crow. That's 1. I play with him, which is Trump Chest, simply to get the money. That's 2. The money for the characters when you're leveling them up. Chaos, as you saw. But the one I use the most is Wolfgang. And that is about it, to tell you the truth. Wolfgang I use 95% of the time. So I don't want more traps or more villains because I don't use them. The 60 villains, whatever, that's plenty. We don't need more villains or more traps because it costs a lot of money. That's one of the things we're going to talk about next. Less figures in general because it costs money. I just said that. The traps alone are over $300. Shout out to Steve Smith who did that video. Just for the traps, that's not including all those figures. I don't even want to know how much everything costs. Too much money, right? You all know how much you spent. So this is my idea. It's going to be a total of around 50 characters. And I'll tell you how they can do it. Even that sounds like a lot, but if it's only 50 and we're not buying traps, switching hands because this one hurts. Here you go. Whatever the new gimmick is, 2 characters, which pretty much has what they've been doing. There's 2 Swap Force, there's 2 Traptanium weapon characters, 1 new core character, 1 repose character, and 1 mini. I do like the minis. I want more minis. I like me some minis. Give me more minis. But just one. And make it someone that's new. And there's tons of Skylanders. They have all kinds of different possibilities. Give us a new mini. And when you make that mini, make him have a special mini-only upgrade, like a Wow Pow. When they have reposes, they have a new Wow Pow. Make a mini Wow Pow. And then make 8 to 10, 5 to 8, whatever, of the in-game variant characters, because we like them, and they have been doing this for several games. Remember all the way back to Giants with this guy. Not necessarily the legendary characters. I don't really like the legendary characters that much, but just alt deco characters. It should be, hopefully this is the picture in the video. I never make a thumbnail, I just whatever YouTube comes up with. So I'm going to sit here like this. So in-game characters, please, 8 to 10. So that's a total of 50 characters plus the 8 to 10 variants. At the most, 60 characters. What do you think? I think that's reasonable. I think that's doable. You can't get much less because they've added a new element. So there's 10 elements. So if you only want, let's say you want 30 characters, then that's only 3 Skylanders per element, which is a little low. Alright, that's kind of what I don't want them to do. Did I miss anything? Let's figures. Oh, in terms of how they release the figures, I can't stand how they release them. Tons of figures right away. So you get like 15, at least 15 figures the last couple of years. Right out of the gate. You can't play them because there's just so many of them. Release, if there's 50 characters and there's 12 months, 50 divided by 12 is how many? 4? Release 4 or 5 characters each month. Give us time to play them. Give us time to enjoy them. See what we like about their upgrades. Bam. It's that easy. At least I think so. So, I mean, you might complain, but if you get 4 to 5, you're going to get 4 to 5 every month. You won't have like 2 to 3 month gaps where you get absolutely nothing like we have been in lately. Things to do online. They have to have online in this game. And I think they're going to do it. Because Disney Infinity does. Although Disney Infinity Online I don't like because I don't like the create your own map thing. It's just not that fun. Honestly. So this is the style of online I think they should have. If their online is like Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, holy cow. Think about this. You take any character you like. Say you want to be Bushwhack. You put him on the portal. You put him in a team deathmatch. So everyone else gets to pick a character. Put the character on the portal. Everybody does that. You push OK. You all got your characters locked in. You go on a map. Like Plants and Zombies, a world, a map. And you battle it out. Amazing. That's the kind of online I like. It's similar. It's no different than Call of Duty Online. It would be amazing if you could do that. So it's like PvP, which I know a lot of people want. I don't play it that much. I'd much rather see online because I'm the only one that plays in the household. Make it like Plants vs. Zombies, make it like Call of Duty. It would be amazing. Even Mortal Kombat. It's one-on-one combat. Even if you could do that. You put yours in, they put theirs in, bam. You fight. Mortal Kombat style. But it would be cool if you could do it in teams as well. That's where these two games come in. That's where these two games do it very, very well. It'd be amazing. Tons of people will get back into it. They play their old characters. Characters they have not played in quite some time. So think about that. That's what I think they should do online. Will they do it that way? I am not totally sure. Because I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. When I went to E3 for the announcement Trap Team, I asked this question specifically. He said they're concerned about, it's a children's game, so they're concerned about when the kids go online, who they're playing with against. Understand, but Disney does it. Lego might do it, who knows. It's doable. Just do it like this. Maybe make it so you can't talk, so there's no mics, so you can't hear each other. That's a solution. Then you never know who you're talking or you're playing with because you can't really hear their voice. You don't get the language, whatever they are concerned about. More minis. I said more minis. I think 1 per element is enough. 2 is more than plenty. I don't get around to playing all of them, but I do like them. I do want to see them continue minis. Bop is the best. And I do like him an awful lot too. More minis, please. I know some people don't like them because they're just basically reposes of adult Skylanders, but I like them. So, come back with it. More minis. Repose some of the original characters. Like I said, 1 mini. 1 repose, 1 core. 1 repose. Do somebody different. Don't do you know who. Don't do you know who. Don't do this guy. We've seen enough of him. Do a repose, but make it of someone you have never done it before, or maybe have done it for once. Boomer, Sunburn, plenty of original characters that they haven't done. That's fine. Do a repose. For those who like a certain character, this is what reposes do. If you have a certain character you like, and they do a repose, you'll buy 20 of them. Like Sonic Boom. If they did another Sonic Boom, I would, for sure, buy it. Because that's how much I like Sonic Boom. And even, I don't think they'll ever do this, but repose a giant. Repose a Trap Master. Repose a Swap Force character. I don't think they're going to do it. It would be very cool if they did it, though. A repose Gear Shift. Like in her, not with the ring all the way around her, she's up here. But where she has the 2 rings, something like that, would be cool. There's Giants. Repose Ninjini. Who else would be a good repose for a giant? Thumbback. Possibilities are endless. Don't think they're going to do it, so it's not worth talking about too much, but would be cool. So, what's the gimmick? What do you want to see for the gimmick? These are my 2 ideas, and one of the ideas Steve Smith actually talked about. This is his idea. Originally, that's where I heard it. I don't know if he got it from somewhere, but I think it's a great idea. How cool would it be if you could swap weapons? So say you could take this sword out and you could put it on Snapshot. Or take Bushwhack's sword, axe I mean, and put it on Nightlight. How cool would that be? And you're going to say, how would you do this? And this is how I think you would do this. 19 minutes. Watch the whole thing. Please. I need a drink too. 20 minutes in. I've never talked this long in my entire life. How can they do this? Think of who gave us Swap Force. Because who gave us Swap Force is doing this game. And I showed him before, but he gets a return appearance. Ugh, trying to figure out how to hold this. What did they do with Swap Force? They gave us magnets. Alright? So this is how you do it. You put a magnet on the weapon. You put a magnet in their hand. Right? So it would attach. It would do the same exact thing as this does. The weapon would just attach on his hand. How cool would that be? Then you could exchange weapons. Then instead of traps, you could get weapons. There'd be weapon packs. Would you have to necessarily have a ton of weapons? No. But say you had 10 to 15 weapons you could interchange. That'd be very cool. And I think Vicarious Visions could do it with that magnetic technology. And it would look good. If you put magnets in his hand, you wouldn't see it. And you probably wouldn't see it on the weapon either. So it would look good cosmetically. Cosmetically, is that the word? I don't know if that's the word. But it would look good. Think about it. Like I said, Steve Smith's original idea. But if you think about it a little further, and who's making this game? With the magnets, put a magnet in the weapon, put a magnet in their hands, boom. Interchangeable weapons. The other thing is this. Imagine if the figures could move. So you got T-Rex here. Imagine if his arms were articulated. So when he's not in the game, you could actually play with them. You could pose them in different poses. There wouldn't be a static figure like T-Rex is now. That's a possibility. The other really cool thing is, I'm not sure what they're called. I don't even know. But those little hamster pets that move around, have the wheels on the bottom, and they just move around. It'd be so cool if there was some kind of robotic element of Skylanders. Say you put Sonic Boom on. Let me get Sonic Boom. Sonic Boom. So you put her on the portal, and as soon as you put her on the portal, her wings start flapping. I said this in the Steve Smith video we did. You put her on, and they just start flapping. So as soon as you put a Skylander on the portal, there's movement. Or if not that, imagine if you put a Skylander on a portal and they move around. And it would work really good with the portal we currently have because it has a ring around it. So the Skylanders could just knock into the side. They would not fall off. It wouldn't work with the old portals, but with that portal or a portal that looks like it, they could just constantly, like those little hamsters you see in the pet stores, the toy stores, they just bzzz. So imagine two Skylanders, you're playing with somebody else, and while you're playing, just constantly, they're just constantly moving around. It'd be hilarious, I think. So either that, or if you're going to make them stagnant, not be able to do that, really cool if they have movement. So him, no, she's a her. Her, if she flapped her wings, say you put Bushwhack on, and moves his axe back and forth. Some really simple robotic mechanical movement. I think would be darn cool. That's about it. I did not expect this to be 25 minutes. I have to watch a Blue Jays game, for goodness sake. And my phone is 27%. Here's my point. I asked my wife this. She has played every game, but she barely played Trap Team. And she said keep it simple. The great thing about Swap Force was this, and my favorite game to date was there's one innovation, one gimmick, one thing they did. Trap Team threw 5 things at us. I demonstrated that a little bit earlier in the video. Swap Force, it was one thing and it was very cool. That's it. Swappable figures. Keep it simple, Vicarious Visions. If you want to do a gimmick, one gimmick. And the coolest thing, and I like this idea a lot, is the interchangeable weapons. Make it simple. Give us some weapons to choose from. And that's about it. Shorter levels, my wife also mentioned. That's all we want. Online battle type mode thing. Like Plant Zombies, Call of Duty. A gimmick, one gimmick. Don't throw a lot of stuff out. Don't expect people to pay or to buy everything you get, everything you decide. Ooh, Eon's Elite. Ooh, traps. Ooh, more figures. Keep it simple. 50 figures. No more. Make it so people can afford and have fun playing the game. That's it. Your ideas below. I've talked for way too long. Washbuckler says adios.